Well, we did our feeding at the Village of Hope, and then we still had plenty of food left over. Still have lechon, which is the food of choice in the Philippines. So we're now here, and we stopped on our way home at another little village barangay. So we found a table. Okay, go girls. We found a table and we found some people, and we're going to feed. Come on, let's go. And there's a little house there, look. And some other houses further through. Boy, we're way up in the mountains here. There's a house there, look at that little house up there at the back. Amazing, I love them. Taliklik's doing her dancing girl because there's an audience. Look at that little house. Oh, and there's a nice house going up there. Nobody up there?
Not yet, we're still calling them. It's an unexpected craziness.
And somebody's actually living in that house. Amazing. Hello sir, how are you? ¿Cómo está? Wow, look at that. From 200 years ago. And a house over there that's much more modern. This one. Are you coming to eat, man? You come to eat? Yes, lechon. And the man is probably doing that for a living, making firewood, bunches of firewood. Look at that, they'll put the baby in there, in a hammock. So the PNP are very much more benign force from what I see. Obviously this is their soft face. They're not going to come round and start waving guns here. I know that they're tough enough, but they're very much into trying to bring the community together and bring help. It's part of their program, and we share that program with them. Hello, ma'am. And in this particular one, it's the Duterte legacy, because Duterte is coming out of his office. This is the last term. So now what you can see here, this is a tiny community, and it's high in the mountains. You can see the houses stretch way over there. Look at that tiny little house. Boy, I always keep talking about grassroots, but look at that little house. How can you tell if a house is occupied in the Philippines, in the province? It has laundry hanging outside, clean laundry. And now there's some people over there coming. They've heard about the food coming. Now look at that house there. There's one there which was started and not finished. And then there's another one there, but to the side, what we're looking at here. It looks almost camouflaged. When I look in the viewfinder, it looks almost camouflaged. But here's that house where we just watched someone chopping wood. So many of these houses, 50–60% of these houses would be shall we say eligible, if that's the right word, for replacement. Most of them, the roofs are tumbling down. That roof there, look, is a NEPA roof, and it's all a Macon. It's held up on stilts because of the position. It's on sloping land. It's an obvious thing. And then I'm looking over here. There's more houses around. Really is another world. When people say that they've been to see the Philippines, I wonder whether it's the Philippines that I've seen. And this is quite a big area. Look, it's made out as a basketball court between two trees. One tree there, look, and coming around, and there's the other hoop. And it's a fairly rough job on the concreting, probably bit by bit. Looks like they had a recent fiesta and never took down the decorations. Lots of people coming now for some food. This is good. This is great. They found them. So we've been partnering with the PNP, the Philippine National Police Force, and we've been partnering with them on quite a few projects now, several feeding programs, and as you can see, they came with their contribution too. Everybody lining up now. That's good. And it has been good. The first few times they came and did some painting for us, kind of a flying visit, came in, and with about 10 officers came dressed for work, and they painted the exteriors of the houses in tie-tie. I think that was one of the first projects that we partnered on, and it's always been especially good, and we look forward to more. And then it progressed to them calling us in on some of the cases that were of concern to them, which they didn't have the budget to do anything about. So with the little boy Jodel, that was one that was near and dear to the police, the PNP in Taliban, and they brought us in on that, and we were able to build a house for Jodel, and we are now hoping to hear from the Chuchi Foundation, which will be able to give more extensive help than we can do for that little boy who is crippled from at least the waist down. But it looks very promising for him, and so we're hoping that something might be able to be done there. Other than that, we have been called in by the DSWD, the local DSWD, WSWD I think it's called, and we've been called in by them to, when they know, and it works very well between us because they know the really severe cases, and so they're able to recommend them to us, and then we're able to go in, and we're not going in cold. Now on the later partnerships that we've had, here's the thing for there. On the later partnerships that we've had, we've been able to actually expect some labour from the PNP, and they've come in and worked hard, especially at Menzies' house. They helped shift the dirt and move the infill over, and that was a really big help. So right now you can see that they're doing the dishing out. It's not a huge amount of people, but we have the food. And people will get to take home food as well. They can always do that. There's a little boy. Found himself a place to sit.